Join me as I take on the challenge of transforming into the scariest monster this Halloween. Halloween is just around the corner, and I know a lot of you are thinking about what kind of costume to wear. But let's be real, who wants to blend in with the crowd? This year, I want to inspire you to think outside the box and become the scariest monster on the block. We've all been there, rummaging through costume stores, only to find the same generic monsters and superheroes. And even if you do find something unique, it's often so expensive or complicated to put together. I mean, who has the time and money to create an elaborate costume from scratch? But what if I told you that with a little creativity and some preparation, you can stand out from the crowd and become the life of the Halloween party? Another common challenge people face is lack of originality. I mean, how many times have you seen the same old vampire or werewolf costume? It's time to think outside the box and come up with something truly terrifying. But how do you even start? Do you go for something classic like Frankenstein's monster, or do you try to create something entirely new? And what makes a costume truly frightening anyway? One of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to Halloween costumes is not considering their personality. You see, the key to pulling off a great costume is to find something that resonates with you, something that you can really get into character with. For example, if you're someone who loves the supernatural, then maybe a ghost or demon costume would be perfect for you. But if you're more of a sci-fi fan, then maybe an alien or robot costume would be the way to go. When it comes to creating a truly frightening costume, there are a few key elements to consider. Firstly, you want to think about the overall aesthetic of the costume. Do you want to go for something dark and ominous, or something more bright and colorful? Secondly, you want to think about the details. What kind of accessories can you add to really bring the costume to life? And finally, you want to think about how you can use makeup and prosthetics to really transform into the monster. Today, I want to share with you a unique costume idea that I've come up with, something that I think will really make you stand out from the crowd. I've chosen to go as a demonic clown, something that I think is both terrifying and fascinating. The key to pulling off this costume is to really go all out with the makeup and prosthetics. I'll be using a combination of face paint, wigs, and prosthetic limbs to really bring the character to life. The first step in creating this costume is to start with the basics. I'll be wearing a black bodysuit as the base of the costume, which will provide a dark and ominous background for the rest of the costume. From there, I'll be adding layers of prosthetic limbs and body parts to really give the costume some depth and dimension. The key is to make sure everything is properly attached and secured, so that the costume doesn't look cheap or tacky. Once I have the basic shape of the costume in place, I'll start working on the makeup and prosthetics. I'll be using a combination of face paint and liquid latex to create the demonic clown's face, which will be both terrifying and mesmerizing. The key is to make sure the makeup is both bold and subtle, so that it really brings out the character's features without looking too over the top. By following these simple steps, I think you'll be able to create a truly unforgettable costume that will leave everyone talking. Remember, the key to pulling off a great Halloween costume is to have fun and be creative. Don't be afraid to think outside the box and try new things, and most importantly, don't be afraid to get a little scary. So, there you have it, guys. I hope this video has inspired you to think outside the box and become the scariest monster this Halloween. Remember, it's all about creativity, preparation, and the willingness to take risks. With these tips, I'm sure you'll be able to create a costume that will leave everyone talking. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your own Halloween costume ideas in the comments below. If you're looking for more Halloween inspiration, be sure to check out my other Halloween-themed videos, and I'll see you in the next one.